CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
Welcome back, folks, to Team Envy versus Heroic. One map to go, potentially, for Envy as they do try and make their qualification sprint happen right here. The 2-0, of course, would send them over the line and qualify them for the LAN finals, but it all comes down to this for Heroic. Will they want to keep the dream alive and push it over the line to a third? So many questions, so many required answers. Only one way to find out, and that's for us to kick things off on Inferno. The Knife round, of course, had concluded, and both teams are raring to go. And all there really is left to say is, I have prayed, certainly prayed that that the Twitch server fix has made things less laggy. So let me know. I believe. But you guys will have to just yell at me a lot and let me know if it has. There's really nothing more I can do aside from that. We tried to change to Paris, got like 50% packet loss, which that was a great sign. So we've gone to Amsterdam now, and that seems to be working out pretty well for us on that sweet 0%, which is where we want to be. Hopefully it's better though, but realistically, like, there's not too much I can do. I just have to hope and pray. What I can do, though, is talk about this pistol round, which is kicking off with Envy on that T side. They love to be on that T side if the first map has anything to go by, as they already start things off by looking towards this A site. Hawkeye on towards Long as they get caught out by Yugi, tapping them down. 2 early kills for him, looking for a third and final. Well, not going to be peaked as Happy and co start to push up towards this B site, testing Snappy, who's going to be standing there very much on his own. His Lonesome, though, isn't really a key worry of Heroic for now. Depends on just how quickly Envy are willing to move and make this push happen. Pretty much giving all the signs that they're just going to go. Snappy finding the first, though, is pretty much his job done and dusted. Does put them in the course in 3v2, so Heroic not really going to be worrying too much just yet. Need to get that bomb plant down, though, of course, on the Envy side. Making use of the smokes. Actually, just going to have a little spin around there. Oh, that is disgusting. What? Tapping through the smoke. Again, Haji, please, a double kill for him. Haji going for a third. How does he make that happen? The USP God, it seems, for Envy, as he finds all 5 kills in the round. The ace play from Haji. A disgusting shot through the smoke. That's only one way to describe it. I'm sure there are a few other words I could use that aren't quite PG-13, but the second was even just more painful. Like, I just don't know how to describe that, honestly. Haji is the answer, boys. That is nuts. What a way to start for Envy as well. If there was ever a time for them to be confident, now would be it. And man himself going to go hunting with his Mac 10, of course. Right, just going to be playing the corners with these pistols. Modi just pushing and prodding in towards Boiler. Going to be hearing all these footsteps. Can't really do anything with the footsteps, though, unfortunately, is just going to have to wait for that push. It does come through, gets taken out of 40 HP, but does also take the head of Haji with him. All that does is prompt Envy to finally move themselves up. Banana S-Tag going to be doing a little bit of damage. Finds one. Good to reload, which enables the second as well. Yugi taking down Happy, meanwhile. Scream, of course, is going to be the trade with the P90, but it's just him in a 1v3. An ace play to follow in the footsteps of Haji as he smokes himself off towards CT. Has no idea if the site is clear or not, so has to clear every single angle, as well as covering off that flower pot as well. Just going to be hopping around. Has about 35 seconds here to toy with. Not a huge amount, but enough, you could argue. Just going to be clearing off Church. Pushing on in now. Spots out Nico. Ooh, does he not spot Nico? This is not what you want. Gives him the double peek. Modi, maybe there to finish him off. Heroic 1-1. As Envy unable to capitalize off this impressive start of Haji. I don't know what happened there with him not spotting Nico, though. I mean, you see him just off that right pillar. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. upside here, of course, is that Heroic now have the weaponry advantage in the form of pretty much SMGs. Of course, you can't exclude the 2 rifles they've got on Yugi and Modi, but you know, for the most part, we are going to be looking towards these MAC-10s and the P90. MAC-10s more so for making the money, but still, Yugi just going to be pressured towards long. You will find both the kills, of course, as they come pushing on through. Happy jumping out of apps is going to be met by Nico and his P90. Not going to be led to his death, though, just yet. Push, of course, coming in from S-Tag. He takes Bernardo control. Snappy finding a double is exactly what he wants there with the MAC-10. Just really raining in the dollar. S-Tag finding another. That's so much money for Heroic to work with going forward. It's round number 4. Bear in mind as well, of course, that Envy aren't going to be spending going to this round, which means it's another opportunity for Snappy and S-Tag to bulk up the bank. Naka gonna be doing a bit of damage with the Glock. Yugi and Snappy even. Oh, Snappy loving it with the triple kill there. That is a stupid amount of money for him to find. $9,000. Still got the P90 as well. I mean, why not? I can think of a few reasons why it's the P90, but, you know, in fairness to him. If you got a free weapon to play with, I mean, you got 8k in the bank as well. Why not try and make even more? Same story, of course, for S-Tag. The rest of them, though, the AWP, the 2 rifles, I'm happy with that. It's the middle ground for Heroic, which I think is where they need to be for here. Don't want to give Envy, of course, a too easy of a chance. Of course, for Envy, 5 rifles, they're going to be taking this one super seriously. Nice and slow, just looking to see what opportunities they can find. So the reason when we talk about the chance of Heroic is, for Envy, they're going to be laughing if they can try and idolize like 2 SMGs on a site or something. So it's super important that Heroic have the weaponry they need to shut them down. And kind of see that take place there. Modi just up and above with the rifle, able to catch Happy off guard with a surprise angle early on into the game. Bit of intuition doing wonders there for Heroic. Flashes come out though. Will be the quick trade towards Banana, but S-Tag sneaking in the kill on Scream means it still is in favour of Heroic. Not long before Maka, though, goes flying through the smoke of the B site. Is completely overwhelmed. I like the fact that Maka's got instantly aggressive in Church as well. It kind of adds a little bit more risk in for Yugi with that AWP, because the minute he scopes in, it's going to give the awareness to Maka of what's going on. Sure, you've got Nico there now to help him out as well, but with the mollies being dropped, the utility just overall being played, it really runs the clock through thick and thin. And for Envy, that's not what they need. Heroic, sorry. For Envy, it's definitely what they want. Keep on running that clock down. Let that bomb tick on away. Yeah, Heroic just going to run away off the back of that second molly. I don't think they're going to take any losses here as well on the exits. I mean, the only real player that can do damage is Modi, and they're not even going to clash. Stay towards the bottom of Banana instead of peeking down in towards T-Swarm. Of course, for Heroic, the bonus round. Well, semi-bonus, but still. Round on the list doesn't quite work out, but they had more than enough money to reinvest. Yugi, what are you doing? This is creative. Will it work out, though? I mean, looking like it will. The flash. No opposition there for Yugi. Just takes a shot anyway, and it lands perfectly so on towards the back of screen. There's like no trade potential for Envy there either. I mean, there's really no response to that. Like, it's just so tough. We saw the first play like that come in with the position of, I think Modi might be up there now, yeah. We saw kind of this, and then we see the boost as well. I mean, fair play to Heroic on their CT side. Snappy with a double kill as well for him, just spraying down both Haji and Happy. S-Tag just picking off Macro as he pushes up through Banana, rears his head around the corner. Leaving just Sixer. All alone and the bomb on his back. A 1v5 at a dream. Molly's then decides to just take a second to kind of stare at the Molly, appreciate the flames. I think he knows, though, that he's just kind of going to be hopping around and he's going to find someone eventually. It's just a matter of when, not if. S-Tag may well be the man he's looking for. Peek in. Sixer finds the frag, but now he's under pressure. Look at that map. They're all just collapsing on him. Drop the defensive smoke and just play around it and hope. 5 seconds left. They are definitely going to be here in time. He's got the molly, though, which may well save him, but that smoke as well is going to fade. Another molly comes out. Sixer pushed into a wall. Nico going to go flying on through. That gives up an easy kill. Not quite sure what the benefit there is, but you know what, Heroic, they can afford it, so I don't think they're going to be worrying about that one too much. Yeah, I think the interesting thing there is that he actually went to pick up the other molly. Noticed it on the floor, so when he threw his first molly, he went back for a second. Which I didn't notice on the floor, actually, but that's pretty smart. Helped him out in those final few moments as well. Gives him an AK to play with in this round, which is certainly of a huge, huge importance for Envy. He's basically just taken everything important for them at this point. He's got the bombers back. He's got the only bit of utility. He's got the only real rifle. Scream, unfortunately, is going to get burnt a cinder in the flames, but nothing he can really do about that, unfortunately. He was just completely blind, I think, as he danced to the molly. Yeah, we're just not going to talk about the flash. It really spoke for itself, didn't it? I'm liking this little, like, kind of crazy attempt to peek around the corner, but he was way too far out. Like, that never would work. Leg would have definitely been showing. Crossfire is going to be set up by S-Tag and Snappy. Finds himself too. S-Tag now looking to fill in that position as a bit more for himself. Looking for the third, and Yugi actually just going to steal it away from CT with the orb. Now just the pistols, of course. All the Frenchies, they've only got themselves a P250, some CCs, which are always a risk. We saw in the last map, actually, just how much they could do. I like the fact that Rook is still going for the double peek and apps as well, just as a bit of extra insurance. Problem is, they fell back one by one, and the timing just meant they got completely annihilated. Yugi is just doing damage with the deagle as well. He doesn't even need his AWP at this point. Yugi running them down. As it is going to be Haji finally to eke it over the line and find the frag he needs. But at this point, how do you make this one work? I mean, alright, you be patient. You wait. You see if Heroic are going to peek you. You see what opportunities they're going to give you. But if you re-aggress, you're going to be a Snappy and an MP9 that is going to dart itself into the back of your head. And that's exactly what we are going to witness there. Like an early pause for Envy as well. It'll be interesting to see how this actually impacts their T side. I definitely think Happy's going to be looking for kind of that minimum of 6 rounds. Nearly halfway there, so not exactly in super bad stead, but for Heroic, definitely don't want to be given an inch, because when you do give them something, they tend to go ahead and just take the whole mile instead. Here we go, though. The pause, of course, going to conclude. Envy, all eyes on them. Early push coming up from Scream, right up to the tip of Banana. Flashes what we throw, gives him the first kill, but Snappy is going to be there to trade almost instantaneously, following up a frag grenade as well, just to see what extra damage he can apply. No added pressure for Heroic, though, as they stand in a 4v4. Rotating Yuki over on towards B as well, so clearly just a bit of caution for them that someone is going to be there to lurk and make that pressure play over on towards that B site. Nico, meanwhile, of course, taking down Happy, just only solidifies that for them, as there is going to be no reaggression towards A. And Nico is going to be feeling confident holding this on his own as well, I feel. Yuki just peeking down, kill after kill. Sixer is going to throw himself the flash so that he can push on up and ultimately force Yugi back, but a bad smoke that only does wonders for Yugi. Just hold the angle. Still looking to see if they can maybe wrap around from behind. They know that Haji could be there. The answer is yes, as Modi is going to be face-checked. The flash then to come out as well, allowing him to peek in towards Yugi if he so wanted to. But he's baiting for Nico. 30 seconds, and they have no idea where they're going to go. Envy are so undecided right now on what the best play is going to be. Haji effectively telling us from the get-go that it's going to be an A play, but, I mean, you just don't know, considering Sixer just being hesitant to push up towards mid, but finally is going to regroup with his teammate, and it looks like they're just going to be coming in through short. And this is where Nico is exactly where he wants to be for them. They're going to push in together, finds one. Haji there to trade, but only just, and with 8 seconds left, will pull through with the plant. Then Yugi and Haji, 1v1, Orb versus Orb. Swapping out for the AK, definitely the decision that Yugi wants. I wonder if he knows that Haji has the Orb. That's a question that I don't know the answer to, but I'm definitely going to be looking to see if that reflects on his play here, as the flash is going to be thrown deep towards mid and short. Pushing up around this long corner. Bomb, of course, planted for App, so it should be a fairly predictable position, but he has to be careful to clear off Pit as well. Throwing out the nade, peeks out, Haji firing off a shot, will miss, but at this point, he just has to sit crouched in the corner, throws the molly as well. That's the insurance policy in the round, taking hold. Haji gonna peek, will lose his life, but Yugi can do nothing about it. It will be a round for EnVyUs. They take it to their third. Just juggling the molly around a little bit. It's unfortunate, really, because he got the information within enough time. Haji missed the shot as well, but then he made the smart decision of just sitting back in the corner and crouching. It kind of forced this awkward angle that he had to find. And the minute he even found that, at that point the molly's already kind of then juggling in his hands, and it's just getting a little bit awkward, isn't it? Nice thing for Heroic, though, is they're once again going for these intuitive angles. You've got Yugi getting aggressive with the AWP, seeing what he can find early on. Sure, it doesn't have any rewards this time around, but, you know, it's the ideas and the fact that we're constantly seeing something fresh from Heroic, and it keeps me excited. This Envy are grouping up all towards mid, and they are just going to go flying through this smoke. Modi dropping the bomb carrier just by spraying through long. Haji is going to find the trade. Nico doing a bit more towards the site as well, as Happy comes out towards Apps and gets shut down almost instantaneously by Modi and S-Tag. Just to point out as well, Yugi is currently 14-3. If that's not an impressive start, I don't know what is. Snappy 13-5 as well. Brothers in arms as they look to take down Envy in the start of this map number 2. Yugi again now going to be going towards a more vanilla peak, just down towards mid. Looked a bit towards second mid as well, before then just backing off onto a traditional corner angle. Expect someone to come out through Boiler, and that is a pretty good read as well, all things considered, because Envy have been sending at least one player out almost every other round. Bit of a battle coming in towards Banana, but most of it is just shots being volleyed through a smoke, and they don't tend to have too much a reward until Snappy steps in with his MP9. Who's going to re-peek as well? I mean, why not at this point? Scream trying to, like, throw the bomb over to his teammate, but he's just throwing it into a coffin. Snappy still going. So much money. That's another 600 bucks for him. Looking for even more. Happy. Gonna give himself up. There you go. S-Tag actually gonna steal it away, which isn't ideal, but I don't think S-Tag is complaining. But Snappy's still got 3 kills. Puts up to 8,900 pre-buy. It's interesting because Heroic seemed a little kind of out of it on Nuke, which is Heroic's map pick. Envy, meanwhile, on their map pick, they seem a little out of it. I mean, it's a repetitive way to describe it, but I think it really sums it up when you're looking at 8-3 lead by Heroic so far. Of course, this could quite easily straighten out. It really depends on how Envy play the last stages of this half. Of course, this round, just with these pistols, looking to see if they can fountain their way through mid and catch anyone by surprise, and from there get themselves a rifle or two, maybe a plant. Doesn't really work out. For Heroic, they're laughing either way because they've built up their economy so well. $10,000 now, nearly on every player. But Envy still living off the breadline. 5 AKs though, they have the tools they need. They have the utility as well, most importantly. The flashes, the smokes, even the mollies there on Sixer and Maka. Surely they start to realise that the aggressive plays just aren't quite working for them. Happy contesting Yugi though. Something that does work out. What I mean by the aggressive plays though is those kind of big group ups towards mid and bursting through smokes and such. They start to get shut down though. Nico equalising the numbers. Start getting over aggressive and Banana. That is going to give over an opportunity though. Oh, Snappy. I hope you like to burn, buddy. Stuck in between the two mollies. Will they spread? He just gets away with it by the skin of his teeth, peeking into Scream. Taking down the one-tap master himself with one of his own. At this point, it is going to be a limited execute down on towards this B site. Not really going off of it either. Heroic just being very, very careful about what is going on. Just going to be walking out. Able to find that first kill. The molly as well, as he then takes down Snappy. Leaving just Nico. Sprinting over on towards the site. Coming in from CT, of course. Has a molly, smoke, and frag grenade. And the kit. So, by all means, not under huge amounts of pressure here in terms of time or really clearing all the angles. Use that molly towards Dark, for example, or even New Box. Question is, does he even go for that? Starting to walk on out, wanting to check Banana first, which is kind of works out well for him. Unfortunately, Maka getting tucked behind that wall is so beautiful from him. It plays so much time. That's an extra, what, 5 seconds so far? He's had to spend now finding that kill on Maka, and that 5 seconds wins the round for Sixer. Sure, he can't escape, but what does that matter? For Envy, the economy is not the angle they're running here. It's all about the rounds. And getting their 4th round is, well, damn perfect for them. They only want 5 or 6, bear in mind. Well, need, I think, is the better word, but still, the point stands. Yeah, I don't think what Sixer did there to answer a few common questions coming up is a huge issue. He was trying to see if he could get out. I think he obviously knew that there was a very low chance, and I think we could see that as well. But him trying isn't really a big deal. I mean, he was going to die to the bomb. It's a question of, does he really care about his stats on the scoreboard at the end of the day? Which arguably he shouldn't. The AK is way more valuable than that. Yeah, like I said, I think that for Envy, the money's important, but the round even more so. You know, they desperately need to find that 5 or 6. They can't be sitting on like 3 rounds at the end of a half, especially on a map like Inferno. Nonetheless, it is going to be again this kind of B execute play. Actually, coming out onto a table, or sprinting through short. That's a ballsy move. Maka going face first with an AWP though, giving him that contact on Snappy. Well, then the CT smoke is going to be rethrown. The molly as well is coming in towards Church, setting the house on fire. Six are just clearing things out. It's so patient play from EnVy, but it doesn't work out for them. S-Tag and Modi, 2 kills for them before Sixer finally shuts them down. S-Tag given time to get on towards the site. Haji is 4 HP. Surely not. Nico just needs to peek, and he puts the final nail in the coffin. Haji left blind, still making it work. S-Tag dancing around the back of the site. That's 2 kills for him, just based off his play alone. Didn't even need Nico. For EnVy, if they just went a little bit quicker, that actually would have worked out for them, but they slowed it right down to almost a grinding halt, waiting for Church to be cleared from behind, trying to flank off every angle, and that gave S-Tag and Co time to get themselves in these aggressive positions where they could effectively dive out, catch them by surprise, find 2 kills, and then do even more. And at that point, once they find their 2 kills, it gives them the site advantage, and from there they can pretty much do anything they want in terms of repositioning before playing that final 2v2 out. To 4, just pistols in play, and it's looking like it is going to be this mid-smoke push. They burst out through. That's not even a burst, that's just a walk. That's tough. Yugi has now the information that someone just walked on through. Allows Snappy as well just to walk down Banana and just tear them down. I mean, this is just not what you hope from EnVy. Especially with your pistols, just drop a flash and hop through. Happy had the flash. Pretty sure a few other people have flashes as well. Let's see, does find himself a rifle, puts him in a 1v5. You can see Heroic just grouping up, knowing full well that they didn't want to over-aggress because they could give him a chance. Well, Happy has to peek eventually, you've got to go for the bomb, and when he does, they'll put him in the grave. 11-4, Heroic feeling very confident on their CT side Inferno. Perm, I'm going to do that now for you if I can. Twitch stream widget. There you go, Perm. It is on. Hopefully that works the way you intend. I don't even know what that does, but hopefully it doesn't mess things up. I think it just means you can run those commercials. Talking and running, Heroic gonna go up Banana. Snappy and Co gonna be there left blinded by the early flash. Add a second as well. I think that was a team flash even, but still it works out. They get the kill, but Happy still there to put them in the grave with his crispy one-taps. Also Heroic, we're trying to basically bait them out in a weird play. They're gonna come flying out of apps now on towards A. Still 2 players there, Haji and Sixer. I think they've started to spot what is going on as they do tap in towards Pit. Nico just going to be tucked in. Haji looking for more through a smoke, but his luck might finally be running out. At this point, EnVy are left in a bit of a weird retake. They don't know what's clear. They don't know what they have. They decide, you know what, screw this. We have to go towards mid, take down Snappy, which they have done, but they're running out of time. They've got the kit on Maka, but even then, they've got a clear Pit. Graveyard, site itself. You got Nico still tapping heads left, right, and center. Yugi just dishing out a left, right, goodnight. I mean, what can you do? Heroic, 12-4, a pistol. It is so weighted towards Heroic now. EnVy on 4 rounds have to try and find some sort of reset here, otherwise Heroic going to be moving 13 to potentially even 14 rounds. Yugi Not quite keeping up the impressive stat line that he started the game with, but for Snappy, still having that impact as well, 23-9. And they're just going to be sitting back with these pistols, hoping that these angles are more rewarding to them than they have been in the game thus far. Making the push, they do find one, looking for a second, and Haji actually squeezes it through with the headshot double tap. But not long before Snappy still trades it back. Heroic in a 3v2 advantage. Weaponry still not in play for Envy. They've been unable to pick anything up, and Snappy is just planting his flag there, being the gatekeeper. The AKU and P combo that lie just on the floor around that barrel. You've got Maka on the site with the Deagle. That's pretty much the opposition for this round. If he can't find at least a pick, then I think you can start to write this one off. I mean, what would be interesting is if Heroic decide to pick up any of those weapons and throw them at the map. Which they did. They threw the AK at the map. They just didn't throw... I think Wally actually might have picked it up. But still, I mean, Maka finds the pick. That's what they need to make it doable for Sixer. But Molly's holding for him anyway. I mean, it's all about the small chances. And for Envy, the odds just do not sit in their favour. 13-4. 14-4 looking like it will be ever present. Map number 2 looking like it really is just a complete slapping from Heroic, which is surprising considering the veto. I mean, you look at how it played out in map 1, it was actually the polar opposite. Envy, for the most part, kept it fairly clean bar, what, a 4-round stint from Heroic? But now it looks like Envy's map pick is going to be stolen away. For Scream, it's a topic that I don't really want to breach into too much because I've not really spotted anything particularly like rough that I could point out for Scream that he's doing necessarily kind of wrong, but he's getting caught out a lot and a lot of the duels aren't going in his favour. I think the stats kind of tell that story from him just being 3-16. But the same really goes for Sixer and Happy as well, 5-15, 5-17. Just as a team, Envy really have been a bit lost. Getting shut down here, of course, is just without the weaponry they need. These rifles just gobble them up. (14-4) Envy. A dying breath in map 2. And Warp on Sixer, the rifles in play on the rest of the team. Sixer going to be going for this mid pick. Looking just right towards it, but doesn't land it. Has the information at least, something he can work with, but it's predictable that someone's peeking second mid, let's be honest. They can't really do a huge amount with it, just spotting one player isn't exactly a Sherlock Holmes level play. Heroic, meanwhile, just being very, very quiet about their approach in round 19. Just going to be setting up towards second mid with these smokes. Expecting one either towards Library and Arch. You could also see one towards Graveyard as well. I mean, you can smoke a fair bit of the A-site off just from that back wall. Scream, of course, just going to be making it known that he's holding on towards this bottom of Banana. Not allowing S-Tag to fight it out at all. But for their Envy, they've left 2 players there, which is always interesting. You usually see smoke off the bottom of Banana, you take it, second player stays, and then he rotates away. Just gamble off the back of the fact that you know you have Banana control. What they've done is they've kept 2 players there pretty much the entire round long. They've rotated back to the site now, giving up that control, which is something that S-Tag has instantly took. Will it work out for them? Well, I guess we're going to find out. Haji holding down short is the superstar in this round. Sixer finding one of his own as well is huge, completely cutting down this A play. Now that B presence might actually come back to help out S-Tag, but even... Okay, Scream, that is not what we want to see. Just opening up the B site will be S-Tag and Snappy as Scream just given a chance, but it is Whiff City for him. Bomb now planted. We're in a 2v3. What should have been a round cemented for Envy. Suddenly looking a little bit looser than expected. Happy peeking solo from Banana. You've got 2 players coming in now together from CT. The flash is good, but it gives away pushes incoming. Celtics are just holding for that peak, but given nothing. The molly going to be coming on towards the back of sight. Happy getting close. Snappy is going to peek, spots him out. S-Stack finding him, but Snappy now just playing around this smoke, getting onto the bomb. Snappy executing him as he tries to find that defuse, and he's just playing the clock. Beautifully done. Snappy run that time down. Envy made up to look like a fool, as it all begins from Scream just unable to find that crucial pick. And from there, the round just falls away. Heroic find themselves map point 15-4. As Inferno just does not seem to be the map of Envy today. For Haji, that's going to really be painful as well, because he really stepped up towards mid, finding both those kills and supported as well by his teammate to find that third kill. Quickly thrown into a 5v2, but then Maka and Scream just unable to hold on to B. No rotates there to support them either, and the round just completely disappears. Should have been lock and key. It's just gutting for Envy, really, but let's not harp on about it. Let's look forward to the future, which is potentially the final round of this game, if anything is to go by. Just keeping very much the same, this sort of banana presence, not allowing Envy to take deep control. In fairness to them, they haven't contested it either. Making that choice to sit towards the back of sight. Scream just up on these boxes, waiting to see if he can make this elevated angle work. Smokes, of course, be lined up. Got Maka getting ready in towards Church as S-Stack begins his push. Clearing out each angle one by one, waiting for the flashes to be thrown. Deep on in. Scream completely blind, finds one. S-Stack running around. Maka with a CZ, just flailing away, but the sight is there as the molly is going to hold them back, but not for long. Muddy just finding everything he needs, catching two players on the flank. Surely this is over. Surely it's going to be 16-4, and we are going to a third map as it all lies on the heart of Happy. 1 versus 4. Coming in around from Church, has the FAMAS in his hand, smoked off. Just going to walk on through. Snappy there, ready and waiting. And Happy won't even see the other side of the smoke. There you have it, 16-4. Disaster strikes for Envy. I think that's only one way of putting it, and perhaps the only fair way of putting it. A map that is just not what you want. But what we are is going to have map number 3. It is going to be Train. We'll be right back with that in just a few moments' time.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.